want to ask your opinion around the advance of AI. Do you think it's great for the benefit of human being?
Yes, I think so. I think it's great for the benefit of human being.
And do you think it's really great that AI can replace human working, for example, like labor or even certain stuff like art? Do you think it's a great thing?
I'm not sure if it will, on the long term, really replace it. Yeah, maybe artists will use it to improve their art.
Yes.
But I don't think that on the run. I think there will be still a huge difference between human art and artificial AI art. Yeah. And I think also that the people understand the difference and can hear it. If you listen to a music track,
Yes.
that is composed by AI, I think it's not as good as a music track composed by a human being. There's still a huge difference. And there will be a lot of time until AI can replace it. I don't know if it ever will replace it. But what I think is positive is that many stupid jobs can be done by AI. Yeah, that humans have time for better work. Yeah, for example, taxes or something like that. Yeah, that can easily be done by AI, maybe.
Do you personally use any website or even app that the use of AI? For example, like ChatGPT, or even let's say the most popular right now, fictional character AI. So people can chat with their favorite fictional character, and the AI who reply to it. Do you personally use it?
Not so often, but sometimes I use it. Yes. For example, I wanted to know how many Indonesian people live in Germany.
Okay.
Yeah, and I asked Google. So I typed in Google, and that didn't receive an answer. So next step, I asked ChatGPT. Okay, the last ChatGPT only had the information for until 2021, but it's still kind of the actual. It's not an update, but it's okay. Yeah, and in 2021 there were, for example, amount of people living in Germany, and ChatGPT could give me the answer. Google couldn't give me the answer.
Yes, correct.
Or the day before yesterday, when it was in Yogyakarta,
Yes.
the Grab driver asked me, what do I think why so many people come to Yogyakarta to travel there and to make holidays there, and I didn't know any other reason instead of, okay, maybe Borobudur, Merapi, and what is the second temple?
Candi Prambanan.
Prambanan, yeah.
Yes.
Borobudur, Prambanan, and the volcano, yeah, Merapi.
Yes.
Yeah. But there must be other reasons. I mean, Marioboro, for example. Yeah.
Yes.
And then I asked ChatGPT, and ChatGPT suddenly put out 6 answers, and he was the taxi driver who asked me. He was pretty satisfied with the answer, so
Yes.
I think it's good.
Yeah.
But sometimes there's a lack of information, so or ChatGPT cannot know which source of information is useful or trustworthy.
Oh, yes.
So maybe there are some information from ChatGPT that are based on fake news, for example. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's still a problem, and there will be also a bit time necessary until this is fixed, or maybe it will never be fixed, and
Yes.
we are running into a problem. Yeah, that could also be.
Yeah.
But in some, the use for the mankind, the worth, for the mankind of artificial intelligence is always based on the human. that,
Yes.
for example, program the code. Yeah, so it always follows an algorithm that is produced by humans. Even if it's AI, kind of. I mean, we could discuss if it's really an intelligence. Is it intelligence, or is it just information? Yeah.
So there's a lot of controversy surrounding AI art that steal from people who make an actual art that by actual human beings. But I think personally AI art could still make an art, but maybe just very different. Maybe for some people who want like to think about, for example, like what is their thinking about like a god or a deity or spirit. But I think it's like very useful. What do you think?
Yeah, there are so many cultures in this world that before the globalization, even before the colonization, started to produce religions all over the world without knowing about each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the people in Indonesia didn't know about the people in Europe, but they both had religions.
Yes.
Yeah, kind of. Some stories were maybe even similar to each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they wanted to tell something about the world. So. And all this information from over the decades and the thousands of years is now collected in one spot, and AI has access to this collection. Yeah? And so maybe AI has a much better overview over all these stories and all this information, and can. It's like when you go on a mountain, you can see the surroundment much more clearly. Or when you fly, you can see the city from above, and you see, okay, that's the connection between all those little spots. And maybe AI can see connections that we cannot see. Yeah, you see it, for example, in the medicine. There are photos that show the doctor, okay, there's a disease, yeah, and the doctor learned it. He studied years, yeah, to see, okay, on this picture, this little spot tells me, okay, there's a cancer, for example. And now you feed AI with many pictures, yeah, thousands of pictures, millions of pictures, and suddenly AI, and you tell AI, okay, this picture is cancer, this picture is this, and then at some point AI starts to, and now it's getting interesting. At some point AI starts to see diseases that human being cannot see, and then the humans check it. Is this picture that this human being with that this picture belongs to really has this illness nobody knows about, yeah? And they found out, yes. So suddenly AI can, like I said, it has an overview. It has more connections than our brain can have. And then it starts to find informations and connections between informations that we are not able to find. So that's helpful for the mankind. When we, for example, maybe with the same logic we can do something against porn someday, yeah, in an effective way. Maybe it still depends on humans that program AI.
Okay, so this is for my last question.
Yes?
Okay, so we all know AI was being developed by a big company, big corporation, for example, like Microsoft, Google, etc. You name all of it. And can AI, like, AI, was it benefit for just like, for certain like people who was like rich, wealthy, or just like, all people in general, whether like poor rich, etc., or middle class?
Yeah, that's exactly what I meant when I said, yeah, it depends on who programs it. Because who makes a program or who... second. Yeah. Or who orders a program, he has interests. And maybe these interests will be in this code of the program. Of course, it could cause more poorness because rich people are more likely can pay these programs that they order. But maybe it can start a revolution too. Yeah, maybe it can start a revolution when AI starts to see that that our system is not good for ourselves in an economic way, in an ecological way, and so on. Maybe someday, maybe, yeah, but that's earliest in 100 years, maybe. Even political decisions will be made by AI, and we cannot know now. We cannot know if it will be good or bad. But there's a potentially good view from my perspective to the future. Yeah. I hope that AI will cause good changes in the world someday.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for your time.